Hi guys, Angela back here with you today to do a little craft with me. So I have some Christmas ephemera I'm working on because I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit and get some Christmas journals made, which for some reason is a struggle this year. I don't know. Anyhow, so the other day I was just messing around with some paper and folding it and kind of came up with this little guy. Probably not the first person to think of something like this. Everything's kind of sort of already been done, but anyhow, just gonna show you what I made. So it's with just your standard 8.5 by 11 copy paper, and I've got a little pocket here with some journaling cards and an itty bitty tag, and then it folds out and you've got a tag here and a tag here, and they create a little pocket that I have just this little booklet in for extra journaling. And then you've got a little tuck spot on this side here with a journaling card, and I'm gonna have to do better this time on this because I wasn't thinking it through the first time I was making it. It was just kind of, putzing around. So I glued the entire corner instead of just gluing part of it. So the pocket should and could go deeper than it does. And then on this side here, we've got a pocket made out of a tag with just a tag and another journaling card in it. On this side, another tag as well. Pocket with 2 more tags inside. So this could be sewn directly into your journal as a page, but I'm going to use it as like an extra insert in my journals. So I've kind of done a little prep work, so this video isn't 10 hours long. Nobody wants that. So you can start, this is not really a tutorial, but it could kind of be a, janky tutorial because I don't really do tutorials. But yeah, so you just start with your standard sheet of paper and fold it in half. Then, I'm trying to remember how I did this. Yes. So, from there, I have to look at this. Sorry. So you're going to take the bottom corner and fold it up. I didn't fold it all the way, like you leave just a little smidgen of space there. And then when you have that, you can score, and or if you don't have a scoreboard, fold at about 1 3/4 inch to make this little doodad here. So this is what it looks like pre-glued and embellished. And this one you can sew on. I wanted to do a tutorial-ish craft with me thing without the sewing machine because I know there's a lot of folks out there and a lot of like new junk journalers that don't, and even old, not old, but goodness gracious, veterans of the junk journal community that don't have sewing machines and don't sew. So you can sew, but you don't have to for this project. All right, so what we're gonna do is get your glue, whatever one you want, Fabrifix, my favorite glue. And we're going to glue this little corner here and this line here. Okay. Had to think about that for a second. So, I guess I don't need my scoreboard anymore. I can probably put that away. Oops, daisies. Oh man, I forgot to get more paper towel because I always make a mess. Always make a mess. All right, let me get rid of this. Okie dokie. There we go. That's better. And then run a bead of glue down to yes. So I kind of, like I said, did some prep work. So I know that this is the card I'm going to, and this just came from a paper pack, I want to say, that I cut out. This is going to go here. And so I'd kind of like made marks as to where I'm cutting it down. So trimming here. And I probably should do a little inking. Not sure how my ink pad's gonna be because I just put new ink from like the refill doodad. Probably can't really see it anyways on the red. Anyhow, whatever, it's there. So that's not quite right because the tags are going to go there. So I need to trim it down just a wee bit more on each side, looks like. Didn't think that through when I was trying to prep last night. Not terribly surprising. Let's see. That fits better now. Okay, so we're going to glue this down minus that corner. So let's see, where does this go down to? And, whoa. Do. Yeah, normally I have started my Christmas journals, you know, back in like August. Last year, I'm pretty sure I already had journals up in my Etsy shop and sold by this point. And for some reason this year, I am just not feeling it. And I don't know what the deal is. I hope my head's not in the way because I didn't even think about that. All right, so we got our little pocket there. We're good. All right, so there's that. So we're going to tend to this flippy flap here in a minute, but first, on this side, we're going to line these up to make this a pocket, so we're just going to glue this and this, but first we're going to ink it, in theory. I have a newer one of the distress inks in the vintage photo, but it's like almost too inky for me because it keeps like leaving these weird streaks and stuff. So I'm back to my old one. It's a little more dried up and works for me. Okay, so then we're gonna glue this guy here. Flip it over. I have to do that in my mind so I remember which edges to glue. Do you guys do that too, or am I just weird? Wouldn't surprise me if I'm just weird. Not one bit. Alright. Get that lined up. You want to leave the flap free. I don't know if you guys know this, but with this Fabri-Tac, if you get a little goopy before it dries and you use an eraser from a pencil, you can get rid of it. If it, you know, smudges, smears, bleeds out. If you're messy like me. Okay, so we have got this pocket done now, and this pocket done now. And this one's not quite lined up. Oh well. Oh well, we'll add some extra ink to that or something and blend it in. So, on these, we're going to make our little tags. Tag pocket. And the black one I'm not going to need to ink, obviously, but this one we will. And these tags, I pre-made a bunch of these tags. So I use like the 6x6 pads for a lot of my tags, cut them in half so the tags measure 6x3. That's like my favorite size tag. And then I also use just regular 12x12 scrapbooking paper and cut them up in the same 6x3 sizes. Goodness gracious. So to make this one a little bit different, I think I'm going to put the white one on this side and the black one on the other. So for right now, all I'm going to do is run a bead of glue here and here. Oh, and my fabric fix is doing the volcano mess because it's getting lower and I need to get more glue. Okay, so kind of messed that up already. Of course I did. Of course I did. So also, what I do sometimes to get rid of that glue that's bled out a tiny bit is just that. It kind of gets rid of it. Okay. So then what I want to do is glue this whole thing down to the black one, leaving space in between for the pocket. Wow, these did not line up. Interesting. Apparently the black one was a little bit bigger. That's all right. We can trim that puppy up once I get it glued down. So, in theory, what's going to happen when I glue the black one down is the pocket's still going to be open there. So, so it'll be easier to trim from the bottom. So, line this up here. Goodness gracious, these did not, I should have, I guess, checked that before gluing. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. We'll do some trimming and some inking and goodness gracious, really, these did not. My folding and my folding skills, my trimming skills are not all there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, just trim, goodness, a bit of white, and that bit, not the best. Good with scissors, I tell you. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, and I barely missed it. Woohoo! All right, don't try that one at home, kids, because that could have ended up badly. Okay, so we've got our tag pocket, our tuck pocket, our mini pocket, and then our tag pockets. So I already trimmed these down because they needed to be closer to like 5.5 instead of the 6. And I like to leave a little room on the edges just to make sure it doesn't get in the way of folding. So we're just going to glue these puppies down. And these are the same tags that I made. I just punched out the hole and did the reinforcer off camera ahead of time so that you weren't sitting here forever, because it might be painful enough watching this. Yeah, I know I've said I'll try to do more of these kinds of videos, but I just don't feel like I'm good at tutorials. I end up jabbering away. Because I can speak, I promise. I do stupid things like that. Okay. And then this one on this side. Sorry if you hear the squeaking, that's my chair. I have an older office chair, and my husband keeps trying to get me to buy a new one, or let him buy me a new one. But I like my chair. It just gets a little squeaky sometimes. Makes some noise. All right, so yeah, so I mean, if you have a sewing machine and you want to sew your pockets, you can. You can like sew around the edges of the pockets and then glue them down so you still have that sewing, stitching detail. You can do lots of different things. I just wanted to do a non-sewing craft with me for those folks that don't sew. All right, so how many times can I say sew? Because that's even annoying me, so it's got to be annoying you guys. I apologize. You know it's bad when you even start to annoy yourself and get on your own nerves. My. All right, let me get rid of this trash. Actually, my trash can migrated 10 feet away from me. Alrighty. Now we're going to, well, I guess we don't have to do this part on camera because it's just going to be inking the cutesy little tags to go in that pocket. And then I've got this cute one to go in there, but it's going to stick out the top. So I might trim that down. And then I've got, oh, I don't want to put the plaid with the plaid. So we're going to do those tags there. Yeah, you don't need to watch me ink tags. Those go there. And then this is just some, I think this is either sketch paper. I think it's like a cheaper sketch paper. I just made a little booklet out of, and I'm gonna ink this guy and put him there in theory, and then he'll be in the tag pocket sticking out there. So there we go. There is this guy. So we have 23 minutes. All right, well, since that didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna take, I have another one that we can make. It's a little bit different. I have a little paper clip there. So there's a pocket on this side with just a tag. And this cutesy little dangle-do. And then on the back side is a pocket here with a tag inside. So to make that guy, I prepped ahead just in case. Just in case. We have your standard 8.5 by 11 sheet that's been folded at the 2-inch mark. And from this side, it was I think 4.5 inches. So it's kind of like this. So this will become a pocket on this side, and this will become a pocket on this side. So to start with, I have this one covered with this paper. And this is a digital by, I'm drawing a blank. Of course I'm drawing a blank on my camera. But regardless, I printed it on, I have a couple packs of their vintage typing bond paper, so they are very lightweight paper. I'm trying to see if I can bring up the file on my computer to tell you guys where this one comes from. My goodness. I just printed it too. Is it? Yes. It's Origins Digitals on Etsy. So, printed on the typing bond paper. Because it's nice and lightweight, but it's heavy enough, unlike tracing paper, where it will go through my printer without jamming and having to like tape it to another piece of paper to run it through, because you know you can print on tissue paper and whatnot that way, but that takes more time. And since I have multiple packages of the typing bond paper, I figure why not come up with a way to use them. So we're going to be covering this side with this, and so we're going to need to trim that down to just a smidge, just a smidgen under 4.5. Just a smidgen under 4.5. Okay. Stop sliding on me. There we go. Okay. And then while we've got the cutter out, we're going to cut a piece to cover this little flap. So we're going to cut it a smidgen under 2 inches. Actually, I'm going to cut it a little over 2 inches, and I'll show you why when we get there. Okay. So, for this one, bad measuring. I'm gonna have to trim some of that down. Yeah. Again, apparently I'm not the greatest at the measuring and the folding. It's not shocking. That's not shocking information at all, at least to me. Goodness gracious, it's still a bit too much. Well, this is truly exciting for you all, I'm sure. I apologize, I know. I'm not the best at these kinds of videos. Alright, so since this corner is getting folded down at the top, we're going to line this up at the bottom corners. So And we're going to glue the whole thing down. Now you can probably get away with using like a Yoo-hoo glue stick would be good for this. It's the only glue stick that I have had luck with as far as actually gluing and staying down. I have other glue sticks, and those are fine for like temporary hold. And if I'm trying to glue two things together and then my intention is to sew them afterwards, I will often use the other glue sticks for that. Okay, so we've got that glued down, and then we'll go ahead and fold, and I've got some gluey here to get rid of. Now this one I did sew on, but you don't have to. In fact, for today's purposes, we won't sew. And glue the flap down. The reason why I like to do it this way instead of just like including this part here is it gives it that kind of reinforced edge for the top of the pocket, so as you're putting things in and out, it doesn't cause the top to tear, just being like one ply, if that makes sense. All right. So on the original one, I had sewn here and here to make the pocket, but today we are just going to glue it. Alrighty. Where's my, there we go. In the original one, I probably did some inking that I didn't do in this one, but maybe I'll just do post inking once it's all put together. So then on this side, we have got this guy. And it doesn't reach all the way to the top and the bottom, so we're gonna make sure not to put glue there. I mean, this is super simple. This is not rocket science. It's literally, I was sitting here watching Netflix on my computer and folding and gluing paper. Not rocket science. All right, so the reason why I had made this one longer is because I want to fold it over and glue it on this side so that you have that folded edge on the pocket, like the other one. Okay. So add our glue, which I probably did too much because I do that. I over glue. Oops. And I do that a lot too. Oh my. Now before I glue this pocket down, I am gonna ink this edge. Okay, that's good. All right, so then we're just gonna glue these two sides to form our pocket. I don't know if the original one I did, if the paper wasn't actually an 8.5 by 11, like if I had already trimmed some off of it for something else. Because this one turned out a little bit bigger and wider, which is fine. It just makes me curious. I'm like, what happened to that first one? What happened there? Okay, so we have on the first one, I had done this little doodad. And so for this one, I picked up this cute little Happy Holidays one with the snow boots. So go ahead and ink this one up a bit. And let's see, we need eyelets and our crocodile. I believe I still have it set from the last one. Yes. Okay. So we're just gonna go into the corner here, make our hole. And these are the smaller eyelets. They're the, I think it's called maybe the 3/8 inch. No, the 1/8. The 1/8. Stay in there, mister. All right. And then set the eyelet. There we go. And let's see, this one's a little bit smaller and this is a little bit bigger, so I don't want to go all the way to the edge. We're going to kind of center it ish. So, oh, and I don't even know if I have it centered this way. We're going to eyeball it. Looks-ish. Looks-ish, good-ish. Oh my word. I'll be surprised if y'all haven't turned this off by this point and you're still watching. If you are, you're angels. And you have more patience than I could ever hope for in my lifetime. Okay. So, put this down here. then I'll probably, after the fact, when we're off camera and you guys don't have to watch me anymore, ink the rest of the edges of this, but for the purposes of this video, we don't need to do that. Okay, so, and then the little leafy doodad I have got over here, and I got this from Hobby Lobby last year. It was just one of their picks. So I had snipped one of the leaves off of it. And they're kind of thick plasticky, so I didn't want to waste another eyelet. So I just punched the hole and left it as is, because I don't think this is going to tear. It's not like paper. It's not real fragile, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And now I'm just looking for my ball pins. All right. So we'll do a silver ball pin this time. That goes right in here. And that's done. You just add our tags. Once I ink them, and ink the rest of the sides. See, this one turned out wider because this one, the journaling card sticks out, and this one it does not. But in any case, that's why I had the paper clip, because I like to clip it. So there we go. 2 pieces of Christmas ephemera to go in Christmas journals, or whatever you want to use them for. All right, guys, thank you so much for bearing with me. If anyone is still watching this, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys all next week, hoping to have a couple of Christmas journals to share with you. So, thanks, lots of love. Bye.